The power of beet pulp. If you're a horse owner, you've probably spent some time thinking about what's best for your horse's diet. Horses are built to thrive on fiber. It's the backbone of their nutrition, fueling everything from growth to playtime. Usually, that fiber comes from pasture or hay, but sometimes you need a little extra help, especially if your horse is picky, has trouble chewing, or needs a boost in energy. That's where beet pulp comes in, a humble, often overlooked feed that's packed with benefits. Let's dive into why beet pulp might just be the secret weapon your horse needs, with all the details explained in a way that's easy to wrap your head around. What exactly is beet pulp? Beet pulp doesn't sound glamorous, and honestly, it's not. It's a byproduct from the sugar beet industry. Sugar beets are grown to make, well, sugar, think table sugar or sucrose. After the sweet stuff is extracted, what's left behind is the fibrous plant material, beet pulp. The cool thing? Because the sugar's been pulled out, beet pulp ends up with hardly any sugar left in it, making it a surprisingly horse-friendly option. You'll find beet pulp in two main forms, with molasses added or without. The plain, unmolassed version, often sold as shreds, has less than 10% sugar, which is great news if your horse needs a low-sugar diet, like those with metabolic issues. If it got molasses mixed in, the sugar bumps up to around 15%, but that's still pretty low compared to some feeds. Kathleen Crandall, Ph.D., a nutritionist at Kentucky Equine Research, KR, puts it simply: beet pulp is an energy-rich source of digestible fiber that helps promote a healthy microbial population in the hindgut. In other words, it's a powerhouse that's gentle on your horse. Why fiber matters and how beet pulp fits in. Horses are designed to run on fiber. In their hindgut, the cecum and colon, billions of tiny microbes ferment fiber into energy the horse can use. This happens through a process that turns fiber into volatile fatty acids, VFAs, which get absorbed into the bloodstream and power everything from a gallop across the field to steady weight gain. Pasture and hay are the go-to fiber sources, but beet pulp steps up as a fantastic alternative when you need something more. What makes beet pulp special is how digestible its fiber is. About 80% of it can be broken down by those hindgut microbes, compared to around 50% for average hay. That means more energy for your horse from every bite. Plus, it's a prebiotic, fancy word for something that feeds the good bacteria in the gut. A happy, thriving microbiome doesn't just help digestion. It supports your horse's overall health, from their immune system to their mood. But here's a key point. Beet pulp isn't a one-stop shop. It's low in protein, usually 8 to 10%, high in calcium, and pretty skimpy on vitamins and other minerals. Crandall points out that while studies, like one from the National Research Council's nutrient requirement of horses, show horses can handle a diet with 45 to 55% beet pulp without problems, it's not enough on its own. You wouldn't want to ditch hay or pasture completely. Beet pulp is a team player, not a solo act. It's meant to complement, not replace, traditional forage. Packing on the pounds, beet pulp for weight gain. If you got an underweight horse, a hard keeper who just won't fill out, beet pulp can be a game changer. It's calorie dense, delivering about 1,000 kilocalories, cals, per pound. To give you a sense, a quart of dry beet pulp shreds weighs about half a pound. So it's an easy way to sneak extra energy into the diet without overloading their stomach. Those VFAs from fermentation, they provide a slow, steady energy release. No wild sugar spikes or insulin roller coasters like you'd get with grains. It's calm, consistent fuel. That's why beet pulp is a star ingredient in many commercial grain mixes. Feed companies love it for its energy punch and gut-friendly vibes. But you don't need a fancy mix to use it. You can buy beet pulp on its own and dress it over your horse's regular feed. It's a flexible tool for tweaking their diet exactly how you need it. Soaking beet pulp, do you have to? You'll hear a lot of chatter about soaking beet pulp, and it's worth understanding why. Beet pulp is like a sponge. It soaks up water like crazy. That's a perk because it adds hydration to your horse's system, which is great for digestion, especially in hot weather or for horses who don't drink enough. If you're feeding the shred form without molasses, soaking isn't strictly required. Dry shreds won't balloon up in the throat or stomach and cause trouble if your horse eats them sensibly, meaning no gulping down huge mouthfuls. But soaking them, say, with warm water for 15 to 30 minutes makes them softer and easier to chew, which can be a bonus for older horses or those with dental issues. Pellets, though? Soaking is a must. Dry beet pulp pellets are rock hard, and they swell a ton when wet, sometimes doubling or tripling in size. If a horse swallows them dry, that expansion can happen in the stomach, which isn't ideal. Soak pellets in water, usually for a few hours, or overnight for convenience, until they break apart into a mushy mash. It's a small step that keeps things safe. Busting the choke myth. Beet pulp gets a bad rap. Sometimes people say it causes choke, where food gets stuck in the esophagus. But let's clear the air. Choke isn't a beet pulp problem. It's a horse problem. Any feed, hay, grain, even grass, can cause choke if a horse bolts it down without chewing properly. Greedy eaters are the real culprits, not the beet pulp itself. Soaking can help reduce the risk by softening up, and feeding smaller, more frequent meals can keep those over-eager chompers in check. Bottom line, don't blame the beet pulp. It's not the villain here. Who can benefit from beet pulp? Beet pulp's versatility makes it a winner for all kinds of horses. Got a skinny horse that needs to gain weight? The extra calories from beet pulp can help round them out. Have an older horse with worn-down teeth who struggles with hay? Soaked beet pulp is soft and easy to eat. Dealing with a horse on a low-sugar diet, like one with insulin resistance or laminitis risk, the low sugar content, especially in unmolasses form, fits the bill. Even performance horses can use it. The steady energy keeps them going without the jitters. It's also a digestive superhero. By feeding those hindgut microbes, beet pulp helps keep the gut balanced and humming along. That's a big deal because a healthy hindgut means fewer tummy troubles, better nutrient absorption, and a horse that feels good inside and out. How to add beet pulp to your horse's diet. Ready to give it a try? Start small, maybe a half pound of dry beet pulp per day, and see how your horse likes it. You can mix it into their regular feed, soaked or dry, shreds only. Remember, pellets need water. Gradually bump it up over a week or two, aiming for 1 to 2 pounds daily for an average-size horse, depending on their needs. For weight gain, you might go higher, up to 4 to 5 pounds, but check with a pro first to balance it with the rest of their diet. Most horses take the beet pulp just fine. It's got a mild, earthy taste they don't mind. If you're using the molasses kind, it's a bit sweeter, which can tempt fussy eaters. Just keep an eye on the total sugar in their diet if that's a concern. A word of caution and where to get advice. Beet pulp is awesome, but it's not perfect for every horse in every situation. Because it's low in protein and some nutrients, you'll need to pair it with hay, a balanced concentrate, or a vitamin mineral supplement to cover all the bases. And while it's safe at high levels, up to half the diet per some studies, that's not the goal. Variety keeps things healthy. Not sure if beet pulp's right for your horse? Reach out to a nutrition expert. They can look at your horse's specific needs, age, weight, workload, health, and tell you how beet pulp fits in. It's a small step that can save you guesswork and make sure your horse gets the most out of this feed. The bottom line, beet pulp might not be flashy, but it's a quiet hero in the horse world. It brings energy, supports digestion, and helps out horses who need a little extra love, whether they're underweight, toothless, or just need a gut boost. It's not a cure-all, and it works best alongside good hay or pasture, but as a supplement, it's hard to beat. So next time you're tweaking your horse's menu, give beet pulp a thought. It might just be the missing piece to a happier, healthier horse.